is Ames Granados. She is a writer and performer who grew up in Tucson and spent 16 years in Los Angeles. She trained for improv at Upright Citizens Brigade and did competitive storytelling because apparently that's a thing there. She's a Moth Story Slam winner in LA, and her solo show, Jackass, a Prom Story, won an Encore Producers Award at the Hollywood Fringe Festival. Y'all, she's single. Looking and open to all genders as long as you're kind and extremely liberal. So keep that in mind. And welcome, Ames. And cute.
Tiara, I swear to God. I have a boat to catch. Not just any boat. This is a floating bachelorette party. Heidi is getting married, and this is cause for celebration because no one gets married in Los Angeles. If you do, you have to move back to wherever it is you came from. It's in the municipal code. Heidi and Andrew are both comics who met when they were working as stand-ins on the set of The Great Gatsby film. Talk about a meet cute. I mean, it was fate. I love them both, and I am thrilled to be in their wedding. So I live in LA, and this boat is 1,210 miles away in a town outside of Missoula, Montana. To get there, I have to take 2 flights and make a 1-hour drive. Fortunately, I have a travel companion, another comic, Anna, not Anna. She's smart, kind, and funny. There is just one problem with this wedding. The mother-flippin' bridesmaid's dress. It's not Pepto-Bismol pink or poofy. No, it's black. It's got straps that go like this, and then it's tight. It's got a pencil skirt. It goes out a little bit, but it's skin tight, folks, okay? And this is 9 years ago, and I am about 30% smaller than I am now, really. I am what they call in LA TV fat. It means that in real life, you're a thin person, but on TV, you'd play a heavy person. I love Hollywood. So the dress arrives. I squeeze myself in, but I can't zip it because I live alone and I'm probably gonna die that way. Oh well, whatever. Never mind. Anyways, it fits. But I try it on periodically just to make sure. So I squeeze myself in and zip it as far as an undateable, might as well be a nun woman can. And sometimes it fits, and sometimes it doesn't. I go into a blind panic. But at no point does it occur to me to 1, tell Heidi, or 2, diet. No. So I start with the low-hanging fruit. Spanx. They help a little, but not enough. So I Google hard. I'm pretty sure I find the dark web for C-list celebrities who get invited to parties in the Hollywood Hills and don't know what to wear. I find myself at New Body Couture Inc. in a seedy area of Hollywood. A woman directs me to a corset that looks like it could maybe fit around my thigh. The contraption gets me in the dress, but I'm still a little nervous. And then the day arrives for us to take off to Montana. Anna and I get up at 2 a.m. for our 5 a.m. flight to San Francisco. And as soon as we get to the airport, I can tell that something is very, very wrong. No one has gone through security. It is bodies everywhere. The arrival departure screens are just flashing. I try to open the United Airlines website on my phone. It's down. I hear through shouts and murmurs, the system has crashed. So we wait, we panic. Fortunately, they get it up and running in just enough time for us to get to San Francisco. And here, it's important that I note that I am a nervous flyer. So I take little blue pills, not the kind that dudes take. I take the kind that make it possible to fly without having a panic attack. So we land in San Francisco, and Anna suggests that we get breakfast burritos. But first, we decide to check on our flight to Montana just to be safe. We get to the United counter, and it is chaos. The line is 20 people deep. The screens are flashing. The employees are staring at blank computers. Outlook not good. We get in line. We have 2 hours before our flight takes off. I notice that there are 4 young folks behind us, and they're sitting on the ground, and their luggage is mismatched, and they're playing a card game. I like them. I note that one of them, the tall one, has been up to the counter several times, and the one in the hat guy, tells us that they're also waiting for the flight to Missoula, and he tells us that that flight is the only flight to Montana for the rest of the day. They finally get the computers up and running, and Anna and I make our way to the front of the line and learn that our flight has been canceled. We have a boat to catch? Sorry, nothing I can do. Best I can do is get you on a flight tomorrow. Our boat leaves at 10:30 a.m. Sorry, best I can do is get you to Salt Lake City. Utah? Utah. Okay, well, can you fly us from Utah to Montana? No, that would be your responsibility. Okay, well, can you get us a rental car from Utah to Montana? No, that would be your responsibility. Okay, well, can you get us a voucher or a refund or anything for our trouble? No. Okay, thank you. You have been so helpful. I love United Airlines. United forever. Long live United. Anna drags me away. My head is spinning. The flights, the hotels, the dress, the corset, and now I might not even make it there. I half-jokingly suggest that we fly to Utah, rent a van, and carpool with the young folks the rest of the way. I laugh, Anna laughs, and then, almost simultaneously, the tall one says, hey, this might sound kind of weird. Any chance you guys want to fly to Utah and then carpool the rest of the way? Now, we're all in the same cluster cuss, just trying to make it to Big Sky country. We have a little huddle, run down the pros and cons, and decide that we're in. So we set off on the strangest road trip I have ever been on. I pop a little blue pill, we fly to Salt Lake City, and now it's time to get a rental van. I'm hoping for a big one so that we can each have like most of our own row. We get to the rental car area, I go up to a counter with no line, 1 large rental van, please. Sorry, the Formula One cars are in town. The entire airport is all out of rental cars. Now I'm stuck in Utah. I am 524 miles away from Montana. Everyone else is pretty calm. I'm freaking out enough for all of us. Tall guy says that he's gonna take a shot at the counter. I sit down, I start calling rental car places around the city. They all have the same story. Sorry, Formula One, no cars. Sorry, Formula One, no cars. Okay, half an hour goes by. Tall guy comes back over with a big smile on his face and a couple green sheets of paper in his hand. I got a van and $350 flight vouchers. I don't know how he did it. I don't care, but I'm impressed. We rush to the garage to find our chariot. Anna and I decide that we're gonna sit in the very back row. Hat guy says he's gonna drive the full 8 hours. But before we take off, God whispers in my ear, "These people could kill you." FaceTime your parents. Now, I probably shouldn't dump the whole story on Mom and Dad at once, but I want them to see the faces of my potential killers, and I want the young folks to know that they could be picked out of a lineup. So I have the call, introduce them, we get on our way. I'm not really in the mood for 8 hours of chit-chat with total strangers, so I pop a little blue pill and pass out. I come to a few hours later as we're pulling into a gas station, and I hate gas station bathrooms, but I gotta go and I need something to drink. The little blue pills make me a little loopy, and so as I'm fumbling for my cash to pay for my Diet Coke, I ask the clerk with complete sincerity and total ignorance, "Excuse me, what state am I in?" "Idaho, are you okay?" Yes, never fly United Airlines, thank you, goodbye." We pull into the Missoula airport a little after midnight, and it's time to say goodbye to the young folks. And I'm truly sad because I know I'm never going to see them again, and they are part of the most important travel almost disaster of my entire life. Anna and I take off in our rental car. She's driving, and our 1-hour drive takes us on a very dark, very windy 2-lane highway through the middle of nowhere. Anna is nervous about the darkness, and she's having a hard time staying awake. We've been traveling for over 20 hours at this point. So I do what any co-pilot would do. I sing late 90s rap songs at the top of my lungs. Mo Money, Mo Problems, Big Papa, the thong song. I do not say the N-word. I am not a monster. We arrive at the cabin a little after 2 a.m. Everyone is sleeping. Instead of a hero's welcome, these assholes keep sleeping. We find our cots and finally pass out. We wake up the next morning and I am in paradise and oh my God, I make it on that boat. And we celebrate Heidi in all the ways. We make toasts, we dance, we sing Queen. And one moment from that day has stayed with me over these last 9 years. I jump in the lake and I'm floating on my back with my arms and my legs outstretched, and my eyes are closed, but I can sense the sun. And my ears are just below the surface of the water, and at first it's quiet, but then I can hear the sounds of my friends laughing and screaming, and I think to myself, this is what it feels like to be fully alive. Like fully alive. All of that rushing and planning and worrying and traveling, I was future tripping to the extreme. Had I kept doing that, I would have missed the magic that was Heidi and Andrew's wedding. Thanks to that moment on the lake, I'm able to be fully present as I meet Heidi and Andrew's families and spend time with my friends and decorate and celebrate. Now it's the night before the wedding. The bride and groom are writing their own vows, but Heidi hasn't written hers yet. And she asks for my help. As someone who's never even been in love, I'm taken aback and honored. So we stay up until late into the night, laughing and writing and editing and crying, and I am fully present for the last time that it's just us. And the next day, the ceremony is perfect. It's beautiful. It's by far the best wedding I've ever been to, and I have no problem squeezing my TV fat ass into that damn bridesmaid's dress. I don't know if I'll ever get married. And if I do, I don't know if I'll have a bachelorette party. I do know this. At some point, maybe for my 50th, I'm having a party on a boat. And at some point, I'm jumping in the water, floating on my back, legs and arms outstretched, ears beneath the surface. And I'll listen to the sound of my friends screaming and laughing as they tell each other about all of the planes, trains, and automobiles that they took to get to me. And in that moment, I will know that that's what it's like to feel fully alive. Fully alive. Thank you.